Death Stranding is a 2019 game directed by Hideo Kojima where you play as the most dedicated delivery man who must to reunite a shattered America while dodging mysterious creatures and hostile humans. With the director's cut of the game being released, let's take a look back at the collector's edition of the initial release. Welcome to Physical Review, where we look at physical releases of games, movies, and much more. This is a huge collector's edition. It has to be because of the life-size prop replica. Pardon the scuff on the box, GameStop didn't take good care of it. The front featured the star of the game, Norman Reedus, with his Norman fetus. This isn't the kind of cover art that I like on my collector's edition. While this design is good for a regular release, a collector's edition's box art needs to be a little more grandiose, or a little more artsy. But I do understand their decision. They paid a lot for Norman Reedus' likeness, so they're going to put him on everything. The back of the box lists everything that comes with the collector edition. I really enjoy the art that they picked for the back of the box. It is a simple image of an empty landscape, but it perfectly demonstrates what you'll be doing in the game. A lonely journey across a vast, empty, unforgiving world. First thing in the box is the Steelbook. This again has Norman Reedus on it. Again, personally, I don't like it, and I want a more artsy design. I was hoping since the front of the main box looks a bit plain, this Steelbook would look radically different. Perhaps maybe a design that matches the cargo case, which we'll take a look at after this segment, an in-universe logo, or a bridge baby. Actually, the director's cut cover art looks fantastic and it would look wonderful on a Steelbook, especially if the background glow is a reflective gold paint. Nothing much to say about the back of the Steelbook, it is just the logo of Kojima Production. Inside contains the game disc, codes for in-game items, and codes for the soundtrack. The game disc itself is simple and to the point. Sometimes you can't beat a minimalist design. The inside art has the scenery from one of the earliest trailers for the game, an excellent choice as the start of your journey. Next up is the big cargo case. This is a game-accurate replica for the most part. The quality of the plastic feels like what they would use to make a real Pelican case out of. Unfortunately, there is a major disappointment in the handle. It is molded into the body of the case instead of being articulated, an immersion-breaking cost-cutting measure. Inside the case contains a minifigure of Ludin, the Kojima Production mascot, a roll of in-universe conscious tape, and lastly, the piece de resistance, the bridge baby, all snuggled into a form-fitting foam. This is one collector's edition, nay, any game merch with the most protective packaging. First, let's take a look at Ludin's figurine. While this is not an in-universe character, I can't fault Kojima for putting in the mascot of his company into the first game the company released. The figurine is a mini Nandroid made by Good Smile Company. As with most things made by Good Smile, the quality is really good, especially for something this small. The molding is detailed, and the paint job is surprisingly sharp for something this small. This also contains a strings to hang it up and a stand to stand it up, which I forgot to film. Next up is a roll of damaged sensor tape. I can't say much about it aside from how funny I find it. I still like it. The print is good, and I'm a sucker for in-universe item. Lastly, the most important part of the collector's edition and the game itself, the bridge baby. The bridge baby pod is a 1x1 scale replica prop. The color and plastic is absolutely perfect. The ports and various nuts and bolts are very realistically molded into the plastic. The paints and prints are sharply applied. The eyes of the baby is surprisingly lifelike. And the baby looks like it's floating in the center of the container thanks to a clear stance hidden behind the front and the back cover plate. The base of the pod lights up using two AAA batteries. Unfortunately, the inside of the pod doesn't glow like its in-game counterpart because of the lack of fluids inside. The only downside is the seams in the clear casting. but this is unavoidable because of how the baby is assembled inside it. Still, this is a very strong piece of collectible. Overall, this is one of the best collector's edition I've ever seen, albeit a little expensive on its original release. However, the displayability is another question. While I love prop replicas and displaying them on my shelf for the world to see, I can't see most people putting this on display. I mean, would you want a random fetus on your shelf? At the very least, it comes with the most reliable storage solution for any merch, period. However, I do wish the case contains a slot for the game itself. Should you get this? If you love the game, yes. If you want something fancy to display, probably not, even though the production quality is really good. What do you think? Did you get this collector edition? And if you did, are you displaying the bridge baby? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching the physical review. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more. Until next time, I hope you enjoy trekking across a desolated America and reconnecting everyone.